it just kind of collapsed in front of me. I fell on top of that bag, and like dominoes, all of the ladies that were with me basically were falling on top of me with their luggage, and it was just chaos. Hello, dreamers, believers, and bucket list retreaters. Welcome back to the Bucket List Retreats podcast. I'm your hostess, Kelly Morgan Murley. And as usual, I am so grateful to have you here. I hope that your week is going great here in northeastern Arizona. We are experiencing a beautiful Indian summer. The weather has been in the low 70s. It has dipped down to like 38 at night. Woo, a little chilly already, but we went out to look at the fall leaves. We live in the high prairie, but it's just a short drive up into the mountains, and the aspens up there are turning color. And I really wanted to see them. Just every year I want to see them. But this year I am writing a book about aspens. So I wanted to get some inspiration. It was magical, absolutely beautiful. I just love this time of year. I'm not crazy about winter and looking forward to doing some planning, getting out of the cold a little bit this winter. I have really enjoyed the conversation around retreats. If you are planning on putting on a retreat or looking into going on retreat, you are in the right place. That is what we talk about here. But today on today's podcast, I am going to share with you my ultimate trip planner. This is a planner that I made years and years ago. It was actually years and years in the making, but we have recently revamped it and made it available as a digital product so you can use it on your tablet or your phone. Now, I originally set it up as a printable, and I still recommend it, and I'm going to tell you why, all the reasons why I suggest that you print out this document and take it with you on your trip. First, let's dive into retreat news and reviews. I'm really going to mesh it all in together, news and reviews with one place today, because the news is shocking and they have a retreat that we're going to take a look at. So let's do that together. Okay, we are over in the Hyatt newsroom and they have news about retreating. Getaway to go within. World of Hyatt launches restorative retreats for personal renewal. Okay, we have got some competition in the retreat world, don't we? I do think these retreats sound fabulous. I haven't looked into it enough yet to find out if you can bring a group or not. I'm sure that they wouldn't have a problem with that. It looks like they have a few retreats with dates and leaders and excursions already organized. So let's read about it and you can see what you think. Really quickly, let's just look on the corporate level. It says Hyatt Hotels Corporation announces new collection of immersive well-being experiences, invites travelers to connect, inspire, and explore through 3 tranquil, nature-rich destinations. Okay, so it sounds like they only have 3 right now. This news is coming out of Chicago on August 25th, 2025. Hyatt Hotels Corporation announces the debut of Retreats by World of Hyatt, a limited time collection of immersive well-being journeys across several U.S. destinations. Rooted in Hyatt's signature approach to care, each multi-day getaway is thoughtfully crafted to inspire community, discovery, and rejuvenation through restorative settings and holistic programming, all offered in seamless, easy-to-book packages designed to nourish the mind, body, and spirit. Today's travelers want more than just a relaxing getaway. They are seeking meaningful experiences that inspire and reconnect them to what matters most, says TJ Abrams, Vice President, Global Wellbeing, Hyatt. At Hyatt, we believe well-being is personal, and these retreats are designed to meet guests exactly where they are. Offer space, support, and tools to recharge mentally, physically, and emotionally. Whether you're just starting your journey or looking to go deeper, these retreats provide the path towards lasting well-being. And with more destination planning for the future, this is just the beginning. And then they go on to talk about the 3 retreats that they are talking about. Here is Desert Flow in Moab, Utah. Zion Unplugged, it is in Zion, Utah, or Virgin, Utah is the name of the town. Or Fitness Performance Retreat at Park Hyatt of Aviara Retreat. Sorry for the mispronunciation. That is in Carlsbad, California. But let's go ahead and look at the Desert Flow in Alum, Moab, Utah. Desert Flow, a restorative glamping retreat focused on mindful movements, recovery, and connection near Moab. Escape to the desert in the heart of Utah's Canyon Country for a restorative 3-night glamping retreat at the Alum, Moab. Rooted in movement and mindfulness and led by expert movement coach Hollis Tuttle. Stay in a sweet tent under the starlit skies amid the area's striking red rock landscape, steps away from the Looking Glass Arch. Enjoy contrast hydrotherapy in Alum's dipping pools, moonlight sound baths, and hands-on tea blending and nutrition workshops. Through intentional curated workouts, mindful recovery practices, and guided hikes, you'll gain strength and clarity. Guided by Hollis's blend of grounded mindfulness, feel-good nourishment, and meaningful connection with nature, you'll learn how to tune into what your body needs from the inside out. Plus, receive a $100 dining credit for use during your stay at Alum, Moab. I will leave a link in the description below to this retreat. They do go on to give the itinerary. They tell you what to pack, and it all looks like it's really put together nicely. How much does each retreat by World of Hyatt package cost? Each retreat package ranges in price from $2,500 to $5,000 USD per person, based on each property's accommodations as well as each retreat's unique and distinct offerings and programs. So there you have it, folks. I do think those retreats look really nice, and I can only imagine you get some really great Hyatt points with those as well. So I will put a link in the description below to the information that I just read to you, so you can check those out if you want. Everybody, let's move on to our ultimate trip planner. I have several different colored copies. You will see that I printed out in just a minute. I did a video earlier with the instructions on how to get your hands on your very own copy of the ultimate trip planner. I can't wait to share with all of you my ultimate trip planner. It has been through so many iterations, it's not even funny. But I started thinking about the ultimate trip planner long before I actually started getting to work on it. Of course, I wanted a list of what I was going to be planning on wearing and packing on my trip. And that is what it originally started out with. But then I found that I had so many other lists. I had a list of all of my travel documents, a list of all of my travel plans. I had a list of accommodations or a list of excursions, all of those things. And I started thinking about how I would love to have all of those things in one document. I did start to put it together as best I could on Canva. This is way back when Canva was brand new. But I didn't have it finished or ready to go when I went to Morocco with my teacher. Sherry Rosenthal. And like I always say, I don't like to travel somewhere and then just immediately turn around and head back. So what I did on this trip was say to the group, hey, I am going to stop in Madrid on the way back. Does anyone want to stop with me? And lo and behold, we had 4 other girls pipe up and said they did. I was traveling with another retreat leader, and her and I had already decided that yes, we wanted to stop in Madrid. So I went ahead and booked a beautiful Airbnb right in downtown Madrid, on a pedestrian street most of the time. Some parts of the day they do block off the pedestrians and let them walk through, which ended up causing us some problem on finding this Airbnb. Truly, I had quite a few disasters on this trip. From the time we landed at the airport until we got to the Airbnb, it was just a real cluster of problems. I had these 6 ladies following me. When we arrived in Madrid from Morocco, I opened my phone and it said, "Welcome to your new iPhone." I didn't know if I had just lost every picture I ever took in Morocco or what was going to happen. And because I didn't have good internet, I couldn't set the phone up again. And I had taken meticulous pictures of emails confirming our Airbnb, all of the information. I'd taken pictures of the route on how to get there, the address. And I did actually have most of those documents printed out, but in the chaos that had happened at the airport. Okay, let me back up. So we get there. We get to Madrid from Morocco. Everybody's following me. We are headed out to meet our driver who has a van, room enough for 6 women and all of their luggage. Believe me, we had a ton of luggage. And like I said, my phone wasn't working, so I didn't have any of my information that I had taken meticulous pictures of. But the guy who was picking us up, the service that was picking us up, was standing there with my name. And so he started leading us all out of the airport to his waiting van. Now, I don't know if I should tell this story or not, or maybe it would make a great hook, but we were all going on one of those rolling escalators, the flat, long ones, and I was at the very, very front, and I was pushing my bag rather than pulling my bag like an idiot. And when we got to the end of that little flat rolling escalator, I tried to push that thing off there. And it usually is such a great bag. It usually just pops over anything. It's just a really great bag, but it must have been so full. It just kind of collapsed in front of me. I fell on top of that bag and ended up like dominoes. All of the ladies that were with me basically were falling on top of me with their luggage, and it was just chaos. And luckily we all got through that and got out to the van. So we all get loaded in the van and we take off with our driver, and we are driving and driving and driving. And finally, I'm like, is there a problem? And he's like, yeah, I'm really confused. Do you have the address? Well, I did have the address, but it was in the back of the van. All of my documents were in my bag in the back of the van, which was a really stupid mistake, number 2 on my part. But I was so flustered after the disaster in the airport that I had put my handheld bag, the bag I always wanted to keep with me, in the back of the van along with all of the other luggage. So I did not have the address. And I told them, I don't have the address. And do you want to pull over? I packed all my stuff is in the back. And he's like, no, I can get it. I can get it. He ended up calling our Airbnb guy. And what happened is the road was turned off at that time for pedestrians only. So he couldn't drive down there. So he had to stop at the end of the road, unload all of us, and we all had to wheel our luggage down there. It really wasn't that big of a problem. It wasn't that far of a walk, but it was just so chaotic from the moment we got to the airport until we got there. So we were all so grateful to get to our Airbnb. And really, it was at that point I started thinking, oh my gosh, I have got to make this travel planner. I finally got to put it all together so that no matter what, if my phone dies or the transportation guy doesn't remember the address. And friends, I am never gonna let it go. So what has happened lately with the newest iteration on the website glow up that we just did on the freebie is we have made it into a digital document as well. So if you want to put it on your tablet or your iPhone or your phone, it will work just as good, but still, I recommend printing this thing out. So that is my story about how I came up with the ultimate trip planner. I will go on to say that I worked with a lot of different people who wanted to change it, make it more pages. And I'm like, no, it has to be one document. It's a double-sided document that you print out. And it has everything on it that you're going to need for your trip. Yes, it's a little bit redundant, but that is really the point, is that you want some redundancy. Yes, I still take pictures of emails and put them in my iPhone and maps, everything that I would use if it was an offline phone and I needed my information, but I still love to have this print out. And of course, I print out my email from my hotel or my transportation people and fold them in here and put it in my packet. And I tell you, stuff does not fall out of this packet. I've put little tickets and things in there and it really stays. So it's just really, really handy. But let's go over it really quickly because after that, I have the rest of the video showing you how to print it out. It's really easy, but I did take it really slow. So it's kind of long. I think it's like 9 minutes of me showing you how to print this out. But what you're doing is going to Canva. I don't know if you have a Canva account, but you will get one now. So Canva is a free site. You don't have to join. I do pay for the annual because I use it so much, but you can actually build documents like this. And I'm going to show you how to take my logo out and put your logo in, and you can share it with the people that are going on your retreat. So it's not necessarily a retreat document. It's for anyone traveling. This will keep you organized and won't let you be a victim to technology. Okay, so first off, what we have right here is our flight information. We have our to or from and budget because I like to keep track of what everything costs. So over here on the right-hand side of the document is just how much things are costing you. And under the transportation company, you have the accommodations or the hotel. So you put down, of course, their name, the confirmation number, the phone number, the address. Don't forget the address and the concierge's name. Do you guys ever WhatsApp the concierge before you go on a trip of your hotel? Do that because then you can at least say, hi, hey, we're coming. I just wanted to have a contact person. And that way, if you have any problems when you're there, you already have a contact person in your phone on WhatsApp. That is a great tip I got from someone a couple of years ago, and I've done it ever since. It really works out nice. I don't think that I mentioned that as soon as I book a trip, I print one of these out and I set it on my desk. That way I have it and can add information to it as I go. Okay, let's go to our packing list. That is on the first page on the inside, and I have it split up really imagining that you're doing carry-on only. I don't always do carry-on only. Oftentimes I do carry-on only on the way there, and then I check my big bag on the way back because I'll have too many souvenirs. So anyhow, on here, of course, we have all of our toiletries, personal items, electronics, clothing, medications, and then I have a list of the outfits of the day. So if before the trip you put on an outfit one day and you think, yes, this is a great outfit to travel with, it's lightweight, it has layers, I can be cool or hot, or, so I will write that in here and keep track of the stuff that I am going to bring to help keep the carry-on packing lightweight and easy and manageable. Then some of the items on here you'll see are highlighted. Those are just your liquids that you're going to want to put in your liquid bag that you take out for TSA when you're going through security, unless you have TSA pre-check like I do, which is so handy. In the United States, it doesn't work very well when you're traveling outside of the country. I really set this up so that you don't forget anything on your trip. Passport, auto and health insurance card, credit card, a debit card, glasses and sunglasses, eye mask, earplugs, contacts and solution, Kleenex, hand sanitizer, makeup, jewelry, umbrella, travel pillows, snacks, bars, fruit, or a magazine if that's what you like to bring. Or I think I have Kindle on here somewhere. Oh yeah, I do. Electronics, I have a whole section on electronics, and those I like to pack in my carry-on so that I never let them out of my sight. And of course, I always like to mention to lock your carry-on. So if you are sitting in a restaurant, having a bite to eat before your flight, no one can get into your little carry-on when you're not looking. So for the electronics, I have laptop and cord, iPad, Kindle and cords, phone, cord, and eSIM, earbuds and headphones, camera, batteries, memory card, backup charger, and then under clothing. You have a list of your clothing, but then we have some things that I'd like to add to the clothing, like your jacket or scarf, hats or gloves, sneakers or flats, boots or dress shoes, robes, PJs or slippers, room shoes. My travel partner, Nicole, is obsessed about room shoes or shower shoes. Number of socks, number of underwear, number of undershirts or bras, and a bathing suit. And then medications, airborne, Advil, cold and sinus, Tums, cough drops, gum, eye drops, prescriptions, and vitamins. So it really covers everything that you need when traveling. And at least at the last minute, if you haven't kept track, you can do a once over and not forget anything on your trip. Now, the third page here is really open, so you can use it for whatever, but I have a note over here for contacts, one for activities and things to do, and one for places to eat, because I always like to research all of that stuff before I go, and I like to keep a list of it. And now we go to the back of the planner. Right here, we have our travel agent's name and phone number and room for those additional flights and notes that we talked about earlier. And we have the projected temperatures, the highs and the lows. Very important to know when you're packing. Then I have the to-do before you go. 60 days before you go, purchase tickets, make hotel reservation, WhatsApp the concierge. And then 2 to 5 days before departure, fill prescriptions, make reservations, wash clothes, choose outfits, pack, confirm hotel. The day before departure, clean out refrigerator, check in online. Day of departure, empty trash, water plants, lock doors. It's all here. And at the very bottom, we have while away contacts. So you have the dog sitter's name, the house sitter's name, and anyone else's information that you need is all right here in the planner. And in the instructions, I talk about how you can print them out in different colors. I had some different color paper. So I like to print out 2 or 3 at a time, and that way I have it all ready to go. So my next trip is to the Dominican Republic in December, and I have started my planner. It is getting me ready for that trip. I'm so excited. Friends, I hope that you will download the planner, and whether you use it in its printed form or in its digital form, I hope that you enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments. If you do, I would really love to know. Okay, and up next is a video that I did on how to print the planner. It's really simple, but I do go through it slowly so that I make it easy for all of you. If you're on the podcast, I'm not sure if you're going to enjoy this part or not. You can listen and see what you think, or join us over on YouTube to see what we're doing with your own two eyes. Friends, it is really easy to find. You're just going to go to bucketlistretreats.com and you'll know you're at the right place when you see me front and center. And all you have to do is scroll down on the home page past my first photo, then you'll see another one of me looking like I'm going out of my mind. And then we'll be talking about our retreat services and the podcast. Keep going, and then you'll see it. It is a picture of me pointing at something with my big pink reflective glasses on. You can't really miss it. But right under that, it says, steal our travel planner, put your logo on it. It's our gift to you. And then right next to that, it talks about the blog. And if you go down a little further, you'll see about me. You can click on that and learn all about me if I haven't told you everything yet already on the podcast. But what I love about our freebies is that you click on it. We ask you for your first name and your email, and then you can get the document right there and then. It doesn't go to your email. You don't have to confirm. You don't have to wait again. All you have to do is click the little box after you put your email in saying it's okay that we have your email and that we can send you our newsletter. Immediately, you'll get a pop-up that says click here to download. And you'll notice on that it does have a picture of the planner on an iPad or a phone, so you can use it there. But like I explained before, it was really designed to print out. Immediately, you're going to click on that and get the instructions how to use the document on Canva. If you aren't already using Canva, this is the free version. There is a paid version that I highly recommend if you are someone who is sending out, doing social media, sending out documents, making websites, and sales marketing tools. Canva is just so nice. Now here we have listed out exactly how to print out your document, which is what I totally recommend. And just below that are the mobile download instructions to use on your tablet or mobile device. But let's go ahead and click on over to the print version so that we can get this printed out and you can see what all the fuss is about. As soon as you click on it, it will take you to canva.com where you can set up your free account. I love Canva and have been using them for years. If you've never used them before, you're going to love them. You can make amazing documents, both uh, digital and ones that you can print out like this one. So scroll down to the bottom and click Edit Template. And here you're in your very own Canva account. You're going to be getting your first look at the planner, and it does look a little strange because you're actually looking at the front page and the back page reversed, because once you print this out, you're going to fold it in half. But you can see I have so much on there. It's not only planning out your clothes, but it's listing out all of your travel and everything that you're going to need to do before you go. But the fun thing about it is that it's totally editable. So if there's something you don't like, you can take it out. If there's something you want to add, you can add it. And we've got some big open spaces in there for anything new you want to do. And to make those changes, you just unlock the page up at the top where that little lock is, click it to unlock, and say you want to put your own logo on it. You can click on my logo, delete it, and put in your own. And if you don't have your own logo, you can make one in Canva. There are so many amazing things you can do there. First, I thought I would show you my paper collection. Now, you can use just regular printer paper, but I also have some really nice thick paper that it prints out really nice on. And when you fold it in half, it makes for a really sturdy folder to hold other papers or tickets or anything that you get. I also have a collection of these colored printer papers. They're nothing thick, but they are so easy to find in your bag. So I always like to print them out in these different colors. I think I'll print 2 or 3 of these. All right. And then after you've made your changes, or even if you haven't made any changes, once you open the document, make changes or not, you need to share it, to download it to yourself again, because you really haven't downloaded it yet to your computer. You've only opened it on Canva. So we're going to say download. I like to say PDF for print is best. It says right there, so it tells you what to do. You're going to print both pages and download. PDF for print, best for printing both pages. Canva will then download that document to your computer, click on it, and if you do want to change the name of the document, you can do it right here to something that you'll easily recognize on your computer, and you can reprint this out whenever you want. And there it is. Now we want to, and you'll see the new logo. And now we want to go ahead and print it. Right here in the upper right-hand corner is the print from your PDF. And my computer automatically opens my printer, which is, so you want to say how many copies you want. I have, 3 different colors here in the printer, or 4. So is that a blue on one side and purple on the other, or something? Okay. So anyways, I have 3. Let's go ahead and print them all. So I'm going to say 3 copies. And then more settings. What you want to check is that it says print on both sides and flip on the short edge, if that is an option. Do you guys see that? Not my shadow. But flip on the short edge, which means, the short edge of the paper instead of the long edge, because you don't want it to open like this. You want it to open like this, and I'll show you why in just a minute. And if your computer does not print on both sides or doesn't flip on the short side, you're going to have to be the printer and do it manually. So print one side at a time, flip it over, print the other side. Okay, so here we go. Let's print. We got 3 copies. Print on both sides. Everything's checked. Let's see how she goes. Okay, friends, so there you have your ultimate trip planner. And if you fold it in half like a hamburger, not a hot dog, if you're a scrapbooker, you know what I mean. Oh, this is hamburger, but if you were to fold it like this long ways, that would be hot dog. So we're doing a hamburger. And just for an example, my girlfriend always gives me a hard time because I say it makes a little folder, and she's like, how does that make a folder? But I tell you, when you fold paper in here and you keep it like this, it will stay in there your whole trip. I've used it several times. Friends, while you're on bucketlistretreats.com, be sure to check out the retreats page where you can find out all about Southeast Asia Getaway. We are doing that trip. It's an 18-day trip from starting in Vietnam and going on an overnight boat, and then the next night an overnight train. Then we go into Cambodia, all through Cambodia, Siem Reap, and floating villages and markets. We're going to be on so many tuk-tuk tours. You're just not going to believe it. It will be a trip of a lifetime. And like I've mentioned, my plan is to eat my way through all three countries, Vietnam, Cambodia, and we end up in Thailand, where I'm planning on staying a couple of extra days, actually. Check it out on the retreat page. All of the information is there, and I would love to talk to you about it. If you're interested, hit the contact page and we can have a conversation about this amazing trip of a lifetime. It's for everyone, couples, singles, solos, doubles, you and your mom, you and your sister, you and your husband, you and your partner. But it is only 12 people max. And we have an English speaking guide all throughout the journey, and then local guides at each large city. I have been watching so many videos about the garment district where they make clothes for you, like in Hoi An. I am planning on having a couple of things made for me in Hoi An. If that sounds good to you, hit the like so I know that you are interested. Thank you, everyone who is following the podcast on Spotify. We really appreciate it. I hope that you are enjoying it. And also on YouTube. And if you enjoyed the information on the show today, hit that like button. Let us know. And if you wanted to subscribe, boy, that would really help this channel. If you want to hit the subscribe button, you will get a notification every time we send out a new podcast. Thanks again for joining me here today. I've loved talking retreats with you, and hopefully you got something done. A beautiful walk through the fall colors would be divine. Friends, keep exploring, keep retreating, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye-bye.
I can see a new horizon coming through the dawn. We're gonna find a new beginning in all that's come and gone. Say goodbye to cloudy Mondays, say goodbye to rain. I'll hold you in my arms until we both feel safe again. Somewhere I know there's a silver lining. Somewhere I know the light is shining.